Set to be the world's biggest fully automated port when completed in the 2040s, TUAS megaport is officially open. Companies with unsafe work conditions may be barred from hiring new foreign workers. The former Malaysian PM's wife has been found guilty for corruption. She gets 10 years jail and fined 970 million ringgit. Hello, you're watching The Big Story with me, CHEONG'S. Subscribe to the Straits Times channel to stay up to date with our live news updates. Now, the TUAS megaport is officially open, with 3 berths already in operation. Set to be the world's biggest fully automated port when completed in the 2040s, the TUAS megaport will eventually be able to handle a capacity of 65 million TEUs, which is a measurement standard for containers. This is a 1/3 increase from Singapore's current capacity. It will also be larger than ports operated by competitors in Shanghai, Hong Kong and Amsterdam. Speaking at the official opening today, Prime Minister Lee Hsien Loong says that the port will play a critical role in driving Singapore's economy.
I spoke about TUAS Port a couple of weeks ago at my National Day rally, to tell Singaporeans how this decision sent a clear signal to the world that Singapore is open for business and that we are going full steam ahead. TUAS Port will be a critical engine driving the Singapore economy. It will reinforce our status as an international maritime centre and enable many related industries to flourish. As we develop TUAS Port, we are also creating more opportunities and better jobs for our workers.
Sounding a firm warning, the Ministry of Manpower made a significant move to stem a worrying rise of work-related deaths and injuries. From today, companies have to comply with new rules in a 6-month heightened safety period. For example, companies that are found to have unsafe work conditions or poor risk controls following serious or fatal accidents may be barred from hiring new foreign workers. Meanwhile, the bosses of these companies will need to personally account for these lapses to MOM. From Thursday until September 15th, companies in traditionally high-risk sectors such as construction will also need to allocate sufficient time to review safety procedures and conduct a safety timeout. This is the first time such safety timeouts are being made mandatory. Since the start of the year, Singapore has reported 36 workplace deaths, and that's just 1 short of the 37 recorded for the whole of last year. The construction sector, which was the top contributor of workplace fatalities this year, will also face additional measures from October 1st. The demerit points systems will be tightened, and companies will now begin to incur points from the first fine. The number of demerit points given for serious accidents will also be raised from 18 to 25, giving it equal weight as fatal accidents. Main contractors and first-level subcontractors with 25 demerit points will be disqualified from public construction tenders for a period between 3 months and 2 years. Now, over in Malaysia, Rosmah Mansor, the wife of former Malaysian Prime Minister Najib Razak, has been found guilty of corruption today. She will get 10 years jail and will be fined 303 million Singapore dollars. This just over a week after her husband was jailed after Malaysia's highest court affirmed his corruption conviction. She was found guilty by Malaysia's High Court of soliciting a total of 194 million ringgit or 61 million Singapore dollars in bribes. She helped solar energy firm Jepak Holdings secure a 1.25 billion ringgit solar hybrid project in 2016. The 70-year-old also faces 17 charges of money laundering and tax evasion, amounting to 7.1 million ringgit in a separate ongoing trial. The sentence is suspended pending her appeal against conviction. She is allowed to remain out on bail, which has been maintained at 2 million ringgit. In response to perceptions that national swimmers Joseph Schooling and Amanda Lim were let off lightly after they were investigated for consuming cannabis, Law Minister K. SHANMUGAM has stressed that Schooling and Lim had been treated the same way as others.
Both Schooling and Amanda did wrong and admitted that they've done wrong. And for that, they've been dealt with in accordance with the rules. Second, at the same time, when I see some comments, they seek to almost deny or say that these mistakes by the two of them erase off their achievements. And I think most Singaporeans won't agree with that. But you make a mistake, the rules will apply regardless of who you are. That's what is meant by law is equal. But let's not deny or forget or try to erase or speak as if the achievements don't matter. And they have much more to give. That's my belief.
Minister SHANMUGAM also said there was no evidence that the pair were currently taking drugs. He said that Lim was warned for the possession of a drug utensil and Schooling was dealt with by MINDEF. The urine tests for both athletes came back negative. Mr. SHANMUGAM also reiterated the difference between consumption and serious crimes like drug trafficking.
I think there is a lot of misunderstanding. First, in Singapore, we make a clear distinction between drug traffickers and those who consume drugs. Consumers, we really treat you as persons who need help. And if there is evidence, urine test, other tests, that you are consuming drugs now, you could face a range of, it's an offense, but generally there will be no criminal charge and there will be no criminal record. You will be treated in DRC, or you could be subject to supervision depending on the facts. So we take a much softer approach towards those who have consumed drugs but haven't committed any other offense. Drug traffickers, different as I said. What's the situation with Schooling and Amanda? In their case, the urine tests were negative. There is no conclusive evidence or clear evidence of current drug consumption.
2 people have died after a car crashed into a tower transit bus in Woodlands earlier today. A 32-year-old man who was driving the car was pronounced dead at the scene, while a bus passenger, a 53-year-old woman, died in hospital. 7 other bus passengers and the bus driver were taken to Khoo Teck Puat Hospital. According to reports, the car drove headfirst into the middle of the bus and the impact crushed the front of the vehicle. 8 passengers were on board the bus service 858. The eldest son of the late Mr. Ong Teng Cheong is taking his sister-in-law to court over a bungalow in Delvi Estate that used to be the private residence of the former president. Mr. Ong Tze Guan has applied for court orders to get Madam Wang Yi, the wife of his younger brother, to either buy his share of the bungalow or sell it on the open market, with the sales proceeds to be divided equally between them. This comes nearly a year after the elder Mr. Ong settled a dispute with his younger brother over the architectural business founded by their parents. And just a day after the launch of Grab and Singtel's digital bank account comes another option. Launched today, Trust Bank by Standard Chartered Bank and the National Trades Union Congress, or NTUC, offers a savings account, credit card and family personal accident insurance. The new digital bank offers an interest rate of 1.4% per annum for the first $50,000 deposit. And if you're an NTUC member, all the better for you. The bank will offer members special savings and rebates on its credit card up to 21%. Trust Bank is also offering a family personal accident insurance scheme at a premium of 50 cents a month. Next, Singapore's 2022 growth forecast has been further reduced, coming in at 3.5%, down from the earlier projected 3.8%. This follows a sharper than expected surge in inflation and the slowing economies of its trading partners. And lastly, for those attending the Singapore Grand Prix later this month, the operating hours of all train services and select bus services will be extended during that period. Roads around the Marina Centre and Padang area will be closed from September 28th and will be progressively opened after the race. Traffic flow will be back to normal on October 4th. For more information, go to straitstimes.com. And those are our top stories for today. Visit straitstimes.com for more news and our YouTube channel for more videos. Subscribe by hitting the red button below. I'm Chao Suan and I'll see you tomorrow on The Big Story.